everyone, I have some lovely little Easter pictures to show you, and we're going to do a little bit of an Easter colouring session as well. So these are by Agotapop, and she has sent these to me to show you. So there's sort of freebie that she sends me so that I can show you what they look like. And these are her Easter Cuties, and you get 3 pages. You get this Easter workshop page with the shelves, and you get this page of 12 12 little motifs, and then 12 on the back as well. I'm going to show you them a little closer. So oops, I'm going to come in a bit closer. Sorry, it's a bit glary because the sun is sort of half coming in, but that's why I'll come in closer and it looks a lot sharper. I'll show you what there is, and then we'll colour one. So this is the page with the shelves, as you can see, called Easter Workshop, and we have all sorts of little things: lamb, a box of bows, some ribbons and flowers, lots of florals, which is always very nice, as well as our Easter eggs and our bunny. I can hear my son laughing next door. And more florals and little things like that. But I'm going to colour one of the smaller motifs. So I've got 24 to choose from. I'm going to show you them all, and then I will decide which one to do. There we go. So we have our little bunny painting an egg, and an egg house. It's rather cute, isn't it? And then a little pot of eggs. I rather like that. That might be the one I choose, but who knows. There's a little cute bunny planting a little flower. Oh, it's got a little trowel. Anyway, a chick with a tulip, I would say. Some flowers in an egg, well, part of an egg. We have a sort of Easter egg with pretty florals. An Easter bucket, look, with paints. It's different, isn't it? Some eggs and primroses, I'm guessing. Little chick with some paints. A butterfly on an egg, and another rabbit with an egg. Obviously, he's just laid it. That's what rabbits do, isn't it? And the Easter bunny lays eggs, doesn't it? Anyway, chocolate ones I've got. Tulips and egg. Little bunny. Some carrots. Chick. A little Easter cake. Oh, it says carrot cake on it, which is rather fun. And I think this looks like a part carrot house as well. A little lamb with some eggs. A bunny watering a plant. Some washing with eggs underneath. A lamb with an egg barrow, a sort of floral egg, and eggs in a bucket. So yes, I am going to do the one that I picked right at the beginning. Now I'm just going to put it on top of a book, so I've got something to lean on. These are just printed on copy paper. I'll come in a little bit closer. Well, that's a bit too close. There we go. Doesn't leave me any leeway for when I knock it out of shot. There we are. Right, so we have our eggs in a little pot. So let's have a go. I've got my I brought it in Derwent Chromaflow. Like tiger. So I've got the 24 set plus 1 extra. Bit odd, but you know, that's the way it is. So I'm going to do what should we start? Let's start with our grass. And what colour? What will you use? Oops, I can't get hold of it. The grass green, it sort of seems appropriate, doesn't it, for grass? I'm just going to give it a sharpen. There we go. Now I rather like this because we've got lots of eggs to colour, which is fun. I remember we always used to have a boiled egg on Easter morning. I'm sure of it. And my mum used to sometimes dye them. We would draw on them with wax crayons. And then she would put some dye, like food dye, in the water when she boiled them. And then when you got them out, it'd have all these coloured patterns on. But that was fun. But she wouldn't buy us chocolate Easter eggs. She just thought they were a waste of money. And I have to agree with her, to be honest. Because if you buy that weight of chocolate in a bar, it's so much cheaper. It's just a novelty. You're paying for all the packaging and all that sort of thing. It's just, yeah, I sort of think it's not really worth it. So But there we go. Maybe I'm just a boring old Grinch. Easter Grinch. Why the Grinch stole Easter. There we go. Oh dear. Sorry, it's afternoon. I'm going a bit bonkers by now. Right. Now, I always think that Easter eggs are quite nice in sort of pastel-y colours, but I don't really have lots of pastel colours here, so it's just going to have to be what it is, really. Now, we've got two striped, two spotted, and that one spotted, but it's a bit different. We could keep the colours similar-ish, because I have got quite a limited amount of colours in my 24 set of Chromaflow. So I'm just using the sun yellow. I'm going to just sharpen it. There we go. Here it is. And I'm going to do the spots on this one. And I'm just going to block them in, really. Nothing too special. It's just yellow after all. I'm going to show up too much. It's quite bright, actually. It's yellow. So I was trying to decide what Easter things to do. I've got a few Easter pictures beside me to record for you. But I've had a request for a page from a book which has got an Easter picture in as well, so I'm not sure really, I haven't really completely decided. Now, background for these eggs, what goes with yellow that's not too, I think I am going to do, whoops, lilac. Put lilac with yellow, let's have a go. Now, with an egg, it's being slightly rounded, it can be good to try and make it, sorry, my paper is a bit weird, to try and make it a bit dark on the edges to make it look more, to emphasise the shape really. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I hear a funny noise. Anyway. And we'll see what happens. So I'm just trying to just layer it up a little bit more around the edge. And it gives our egg a rounder look. I want to say spherical, but obviously it isn't. But I don't know what the word is for a 3D egg shape, apart from 3D egg shape. Oh dear. I told you I was getting a bit mad. It's been a long week, to be honest. But I was just doing some writing this morning. I was writing a book. So it's a booklet really, it's not a long book. But it's quite fun. But I needed a break, so I came to do some colouring with you instead. And so that's good. But yeah, I'd written quite a bit and then was sort of doing an initial proofread. I got bored, so I thought I'd come and do some colouring. And also the sun had moved off the desk, although it's obviously still a bit bright. Right, we need some pink, I think. Now this pink is called the blush pink. It's a sort of lighter one. I'm going to use it for this egg. I'll show you, when you're doing a stripy one, you can still make it dark around the edge like that and then put a bit less towards the centre. And still get your sort of slightly rounded look, hopefully. I think I'll do this one similar, but with the stripes the other way. They look slightly different, so why not? I haven't decided what colour to do the other stripe, because this is a quite salmony pink. It's slightly orangey, so it doesn't really go with purple or even with blue. Maybe we should do green. Yeah, because we've done a yellow and a purple, which are quite different, so maybe if we do the green, I'm going to use the basil, I think. I've got to worry that this one breaks in the sharpener a lot, but see if I can do it. I think so. This is our basil. And the same as with the pink, a bit darker on the edge, lighter to the middle. Now I was thinking that these designs would be rather good on Easter cards if you've got time. Obviously it's quite close to Easter now. I sent out some cards already, so yeah, I did it quite early, very early in fact. But mine weren't Easter cards, they were just postcards that I'd coloured with an Easter message. I thought that would be okay. It's funny because I'm always quite happy with giving away the postcards I've coloured, but never the colouring book pages. I would never take them out of the book. Isn't it strange? But I think I wouldn't with my postcards either if it wasn't for the fact they just fall out. So then you just sort of go loose, so I send them. Now I think we need some blue in our other one. But blue with what? Don't know. I'm going to use... You're supposed to answer me. Light blue. I'm going to do the dots in the light blue. This needs sharpening. There we go. I'm going to try and fade this one a little bit. Like that. This one's a bit odd. I'm going to do the centre bit. This colour. I mean, you could do it as a loop and do the background in there. I'm going to do a slightly darker blue. I have got the blue as opposed to that being the light blue, which I'm going to do the outside bit. It's interesting, I find these Derwent Chromaflows, this one's lead's really wobbly, interesting. The wood doesn't seem like such a high quality wood, it seems more splintery than some of the other Derwents. They're a lot cheaper, so you know, that's maybe fine, understandable, whatever. But I find that they break fairly easily as well. But then that's true of all Derwents, not just the cheaper ones. So I think they offer better value for money. This is the Scarlet number 5. Yeah. So yeah, I think they are better. But that's just, you know, I've got the light fast. And I'm not so keen on the colour selection, but obviously they can only use ones that are light fast, so that makes it a bit trickier. There we go. And yeah, and they still break just as easily. It's going to be a bit frustrating. Now our sticks, I wanted to leave them white, but it's not going to work, is it? Because I'm not going to do a background, so then you've just got white. So I'm going to sharpen my grey, what's it called, platinum, and make them slightly grey. This is a really pale grey, but hopefully it'll be enough to just make it look like I haven't forgotten to colour them. But they're not too dark. We don't want them to stand out, it's just a stick. It's the eggs that are the star of the show. Now we have our bucket, or pot, and our bow. What should we do? Got some yellows, oranges. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do for the pot. I'm going to start with the golden sun, and I'm going to use a few different shades to make it look sort of goldish. Not too dark though. So I'm going to use this here and then fade it like that, and the same here. The same point. It's quite a lovely yellow ochre colour, I think. This one. There we go. And then I'm going to use my amber gold, which is a bit lighter. Put it over the top. And then just bring that colour in a bit towards the middle. Yeah, I did say I was writing a book. I've been writing it for a while. I don't know, it might be out by the time this video comes out. But I'd sort of started it and then ummed and ahed about its layout, and then I just decided to change my mind on the layout because I was finding it too difficult to do it in the way I'd planned. We're going to go back to the sun yellow and just finish this off. I spoke to husband about it actually. He said, oh yeah, you can easily just put it in this piece of software and then just do this, that and the other. It's really simple. And I was like, I'm glad you think it's simple. I don't. He might help me with it, but he's, I think he's taking next Friday off work, I think. So he might be able to help me then, but we'll see. Now our bow ribbon, do it in orange, or should I do it in strawberry? No, strawberry. Let's, yeah. So this is our strawberry, sort of reddish. I want nice bright colours, I was thinking. And orange, although it's nice and bright, it's a little bit too close to the pot colour. Gosh, there's a big clunk then under my feet. I felt the floorboards move. It's very weird. Anyway, there was much excitement this morning when the water company, Severn Trent, came to check the sewers. I told my son, he was at uni, I said, something really exciting's happened, and I told him, he went, wow, very sarcastically on the chat. I was like, you're just no good at adulting, and he went, indeed. We do have to get excited about boring things, don't we? But we've been having a few difficulties, and it was nice that they have taken us seriously and actually got a camera down to have a look at what the source of the problem is, which they think they have found. Unfortunately, it's in someone's house, not ours, so they've got to pay to have it fixed. But that's the way it works. This is the raisin. I'm going to use it to put some shadows in around my bow. So where Agata has drawn some lines on for us, we can use those to start with. Yeah, so what happens is they'll come out for free and check things, and if the problem is outside of a property, they'll fix it for nothing. But if it's inside of a property, then they charge money to fix it. I guess it's fair enough. That means my neighbour has to pay out money, but yeah, I haven't heard from it. This is natural brown. I'm going to use it to put some shadow under the bow on the pot. Yeah, I haven't heard from her, but I'm sure she'll get it sorted. I'm just glad it's not caused by us, because oh, that's a bit thick, isn't it? I was told that it could have been any house and they didn't know which one, but it's not, so that's good. Right, the grass looks a bit too plain to me, so I am going to use the basil again to put some colour into it. So these bits of grass that are a little bit further back, I'm going to put a bit of basil in. I think it might have a bit more shadow, so I've got to hold it down, it's moving all over the place. And a little bit here along the edge of the pot. If you just put a few bits in, looks a bit more like strands, and it just gives it a bit more, I think it gives it more texture. It looks like there's something going on there, it's not just flat colour. I might put a few over our pot too, like that. Now I'm going to put in a few shadows on our Easter eggs. I think I'm going to have to use black. I don't really like using black for anything too much because it can look a bit dirty and go a bit smudgy, but we don't really have any other colour, and black isn't that bad. So in here where they're overlapping, like that, and a bit on the bottom with these little sticks, be a bit of shadow. go. I'm going to put a little bit on each side of our stick, really gently, just to make the sticks look a little bit less flat. Like that. I'm thinking my pot here needs a bit more on the edges. Yeah, this brown. Oops, this is the burnt sienna. I think if I add just a little bit on the edge of the pot. Just going to fade that in a bit. Like that. I prefer that. I think that's better. Now, I'm going to use a white pen. Where's the one I want? Here we go. Jelly Roll 10. And I'm going to just finish off my Easter eggs by putting some white line around my circles. Not going to show up too much with the yellow. I feel like I want to just put some dots all over it. And I don't know why, but you know, it's just how, whoops, let's hold the paper down, it was moving. Just how the mood has taken me. All the way across there. I don't want dots on that one. I need a few more there. Not sure, maybe not. Around that one as well. I might just help that other one to look like it's two different colours. Sorry, I'm not talking so much here, I'm concentrating. Dots all around here. I'm going to put dots all over them. I don't know why, I think it makes it look a bit more Eastery. There we go. Ooh, so there is our little Easter egg pot. Let's put it more in the middle, it's probably a bit blurred. Sorry, my camera tends to focus on what's in the middle of it. But there we go. So that is that one. I didn't do one of the cuties. I'm not so good at doing little animals and little critters, so I thought I would just do the pot. But those are available from Agata's shop in her Etsy store. There is a link in the description, and there's a, if you follow the link in the description to get to our Etsy store, there is a discount code written into the link that you can use to get money off all of her downloads. Even if you don't want these Easter ones, there are lots of other ones to choose from which are equally as cute. But thank you for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.